It's been 5 days since the votes were counted, but even 5 days later, the new government of Maharashtra has not been sworn in. Instead, even talks on power sharing between the BJP and the Shiv Sena are off. The tussle is over the chief minister's seat, with the Shiv Sena claiming the BJP promised them a rotational CM if they won these elections. That means each party has its own chief minister for half the 5-year term. The BJP denies any such promise was made. The demand has come after the BJP's performance was poorer than expected in the assembly election. The big takeaway though is neither the Shiv Sena or the BJP can actually afford to form government without each other. The other parties, the NCP and the Congress, cannot ally with either of them for ideological reasons. So if the two are effectively stuck together, why waste time dithering? Should newly elected MLAs be focused on power grab or on fulfilling electoral promises? Can efficient governance actually be expected from the forever bickering allies BJP and Shiv Sena? Are we going to see this for the next 5 years again? Shouldn't the BJP and Shiv Sena focus instead on farmer suicides, drought, unemployment, instead of who gets more ministerial berths? Is this really what the people of Maharashtra deserve? To speak more on this, I am joined today by Vaibhav Purandare, author of the Sena story and Bal Thackeray, The Rise of Shiv Sena. So he's written 2 books on the party. Syed Zafar Islam, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us today. And I'm also speaking with Sanjeev Srivastav, political commentator. Welcome to all of you. Zafar Islam, let me begin by asking you what's happening. It's really tiresome. And if I may go so far to say, it's a bit of an insult to the voters of Maharashtra. The lower tally was a message. I don't think the BJP or the Shiv Sena are listening to it. First of all, was there a deal or was there no deal?
Well, that clarification is already out in public place. And it's been in public domain that there was no such deal, and that has been stated by none other than the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. So there is no room for further speculation whether there was a deal or no deal. There was absolutely no deal. No such agreement, no such arrangement was ever agreed. So there is no point discussing about it. Of course, it's a matter of, I would say that it's a matter of concern that having been an alliance partner, we should have formed the government. But the onus rests with all the political parties, and we, being the single largest party, having always been very responsible and sincere towards this serving to the people of the country.
Yes.
And in particularly, I'm talking about the Maharashtra. For the last 5 years, we have been able to serve the people
Islam, when you say there is no deal,
with every possible way.
Yes, when you say there is no deal, there is another version from your alliance partner who doesn't believe you. So it's right now, it's a she says, he says, or in this case, BJP says, Shiv Sena says.
Well, I can only present the BJP's viewpoint.
Okay.
As a disciplined soldier of a very disciplined political party, we do not comment on the comments made by any of the opposition, any of the alliance partner.
Okay.
Since the statement made by alliance partner, only our leadership will acknowledge it and respond to it.
Yeah.
As a spokesperson, I will only represent our party and put for our party's viewpoint.
Okay, Vaibhav, is this a bit of bluffing on part of the Shiv Sena? An interesting slip there from Zafar Islam when he called the Shiv Sena the opposition instead of the alliance, because the fact is that they have been like the opposition in the last 5 years. It seems they will be for the next 5 years. Is this just a matter of time?
That was a slip of tongue.
I know. On a lighter note, Vaibhav, is the Shiv Sena just bluffing? Because where else will they go? And they don't want to stay out of power.
It will be difficult for the Shiv Sena to pull out of its alliance with the BJP. This ongoing fight is an unseemly one, and it's also a highly odd one because they've had a pre-poll alliance. So all these issues ought to have been sorted out much earlier, before the elections. The Sena, I do not think will pull out of the alliance. They will eventually agree to accept some plum portfolios, possibly the Deputy Chief Minister's post, and that will be it. But it will be a criminal waste of time, because like you said, there are issues like drought, unemployment, farmers distress. I would like to add to this the destruction of the soya bean crop and cotton crop in various parts of Maharashtra because of unseasonal rains. Along the Konkan coast, because of the threat posed by the cyclone, all the crop has been destroyed. So there is a demand that they declare, the state declare a wet drought. You just had a period of administrative where the administration came to a complete standstill because of the poll code of conduct.
Yes, exactly.
And when the time has come to get on with governance, these guys are busy fighting each other.
Exactly my point, Vaibhav, that this is a criminal waste of time, plus considering that we know how this is going to turn out eventually. I'll come to you, Zafar Islam. Let me just get a quick word in from Sanjeev Srivastava. Of course, we're welcoming Tejas Mehta to the show as well. Sanjeev, it's almost tiresome to see this happening again and again. But this time round, do you think the Shiv Sena is going to back down with the Deputy Chief Minister, or are they going to hold this rotational CM gun to the BJP's head?
See, I think I agree with my fellow panelist, the gentleman who was just speaking before me, that the Sena is unlikely to go for broke. It is unlikely to break the alliance. What it is doing, it is sensing that the BJP is weak. It has realized, and it's common knowledge, that the BJP doesn't have the numbers to really push its way through like they thought before the elections in both Haryana and Maharashtra. So they are a larger party than the Shiv Sena, but they are not large enough in numbers to bulldoze their way through and say to Sena, take it or leave it, my way or highway. So that's not the position. That's what the electorate has given this peculiar balance of power. So Shiv Sena will bargain hard, will perhaps settle for some crucial portfolios, Deputy CM, Home, whatever. That's between the BJP and Sena to decide. And then the alliance will continue and people will forget these 4, 5, 6 days of wrangling as it becomes business as usual. But what has happened, unfortunately, is that even while Devendra Fadnavis will become the Chief Minister for 2.5 or 5 years, but his authority will remain eroded and compromised, because Sena will demand its pound of flesh, and the kind of statements which one sees from Sena coming, nobody is saint in politics, they are making it so obvious that they are in it for power and all the perks that come with power. And unfortunately for BJP, which was riding roughshod of not just opposition but over allies last few elections, is suddenly finding itself in a position, both Haryana and Maharashtra, where they have to learn to play ball. That's the new reality. In New India, that's the new reality post 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Who could have expected this verdict? So suddenly BJP is vulnerable. BJP is not the almighty superpower in Indian politics, and it's playing out. So these are nothing unprecedented. They are not unprecedented political games. Only one thought that these games have become a thing of the past in Mr. Modi's new India.
And
reality has come back.
Maybe the BJP has lost practice of how to deal with allies, because you were running roughshod over them for the last 5 years. I remember before the elections also, Zafar Islam, and I'm going to let you respond now. The Shiv Sena was being treated like the younger brother, given fewer seats, didn't have much say. Now they're exacting revenge.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. See, I think these are all issues which can get resolved so easily, and it will get resolved sooner than you expected or anticipate. But let me tell you a few things which is more important. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, if you just see the strike rate of Bharatiya Janata Party in this election, everyone knows that after, we fought 154 seats and we got 105 seats. So strike rate is the best among all the political parties who have fought this election. Secondly, the people's mandate is with us. We are the single largest political party. After the election, we have emerged as the single largest political party. And more importantly, what is more important for all of us to realize, that we have a political party who is sincere towards the people, towards the Janta. We are extremely committed for the welfare of the people of this country and in state. We also have a mature leadership who always acknowledge the concern
No,
of
no,
the
please.
alliance
That's
partner and our
Zafar
allies.
Islam, I'm
And we have
afraid that has
always
nothing to do with
addressed
what
the
we're
issues
discussing.
which are needs to be addressed.
No,
But
I understand as a
just
spokesperson
second,
you have to
just
just
second.
praise yourself and the party.
just
I understand
second.
that, but you know the fact
no,
is,
just second,
like
just
Vaibhav
second.
said, this is
But
an insult
nobody-
to the people of Maharashtra.
Nobody can.
We should be getting back to work now. We should be getting back to work.
Why?
And if there is
why
an
there
agreement,
insult?
it should
Of
be
course, the
honored.
government should be formed. Government will be formed.
If there is an agreement, A, it should be honored. B, if there is no agreement, instead of
Well,
being
I have clarified that.
instead of being constantly, blackmailed or with your back to the wall, the BJP then needs to figure out a way out of this if they really want to deliver governance to the state of Maharashtra. How long will this go on? One second, I'm just going to get a quick word in from Tejas Mehta. Then I'll come back to you, Zafar. Just a quick word from Tejas Mehta. Yes, Tejas.
No. Allow me to complete.
Okay, Zafar. Okay, Zafar. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Zafar Islam. Yes.
All I'm saying that's exactly what you have spoken about it. Spoken about governance. I think the only focus of our government, of our party, our leadership is to give a good governance, which we have been able to give in last 5 years, and again we have to repeat the same. We are not a weak party. We cannot be pushed towards the wall. We are somebody. We are a party. We are as I said, we acknowledge the concern of the alliance partner.
Right.
We have always taken a reasonable
If
stand,
they're making
and we have
unreasonable
always
demands,
focused to
then
serve the
dump
people
them.
and give a
If
good
they're making
governance.
unreasonable
Something
demands,
which we
then
will
dump
practice
them. You should
even
have fought
today.
the election on your own. Tejas Mehta. Tejas Mehta, this is, can't live with you, can't live without you thing going on between the Shiv Sena and the BJP now is becoming tiresome. 5 days on, there is no government. And this fight, considering that, the Shiv Sena has suspended all talks today, seems like it's going to go on for a while.
Well, certainly this will, because for the Shiv Sena, from their perspective and point of view, I've been speaking to several leaders, this has always been a matter of politics of survival for them, because they are very clear, they know exactly well that if they don't play hardball with the BJP, they don't negotiate hard, then the BJP will completely steamroll over them, bulldoze over them, and capture whatever positioning the vote bank which the Shiv Sena has. The BJP is always waiting to get into that vote bank and take it as theirs, and they want to, of course, dissipate the Shiv Sena. That is what several Shiv Sena leaders themselves have been saying, not today, for several years. And with this, with this mandate, which is much less than what the BJP has expected, naturally the Shiv Sena is feeling, somewhere that, okay, they can, once again negotiate much tougher and get what they really want. Now, BJP, of course, is not going to, part away with 50% of their, chief ministership.
Yeah.
What they essentially will get from here are better portfolios, which they did not get in the first, Devendra Fadnavis government. So they're looking at home, PWD, be it, the finance ministry, some, big portfolios which they would be looking for. That is what they are bargaining for. But for them, it is essentially, an opportunity to negotiate hard with the Shiv Sena, because everywhere else, look at it, be it in Bihar, the BJP is currently the younger brother under JDU, be it in Punjab also, it has always been the younger brother. The tables have turned in Maharashtra only in the last 5-6 years or so, and that is where the equations have really turned. Now the smaller ally, the state-bound ally, is feeling threatened, and once it starts feeling threatened, you're going to see, that's what we have seen in the last 5 years, how the Samna has become, literally the taking the lead against.
We're actually showing an interesting cartoon from the Samna
so
on the screen while you're speaking.
And speaking against them.
Yeah, we're showing.
So yes, essentially they are playing hardball. I think once they get a good share of portfolios, this is all going to settle down.
But of course, Tejas, to be honest, we are also overlooking the hypocrisy of the Shiv Sena. I mean, there's no representative of the Shiv Sena on this panel. They've refused to come on television debates, I think, till they figure out what they want to do. But we must call out the hypocrisy of the Shiv Sena. I just want to show you some of the statements that were made by Mr. Uddhav Thackeray on Twitter, etc. Yesterday and day before, where he was talking about unemployment, he was talking about how silent Diwali was, he was talking about the economic slowdown, etc. I mean, weren't all of these things happening before the elections, during the elections? Wasn't economic slowdown a big issue then? You are waking up to it now because you're not getting what you wanted. I mean, that is hypocrisy that people can see. Make up your mind. Are you with this party or are you not? And if you have been gypped, as the Shiv Sena is claiming, what are you going to do about it? I'm just going to play out what Sanjay Raut has said before moving on. Let's listen in. Top Sena leader on the claims of the Chief Minister that there was no deal.
मुख्यमंत्री जी ये बात कहते कि 50-50 का फॉर्मूला के बारे में कोई चर्चा ही हुई नहीं, तो अब तो हमें लगता है सच का डेफिनेशन बदलना पड़ेगा। उस बारे में जो सीएम साहब ने जो बात की है उस वक्त होटल ब्लू सी में, वो सबके पास है और अमित शाह साहब के सामने ये बात हुई है। ये सबने, पूरे देश ने देखा है। वो कैमरा के सामने जो बोला है उसको डिनाई कर रहे हैं, तो हम तो सीधे लोग हैं, हम क्या बोल सकते हैं।
Dr. Islam, you want to respond to that? There's no Shiv Sena panelist here. They are not coming on any debates, but I think they would say whatever Sanjay Raut is saying. He is a little politely basically saying that the claim made by the CM is an untruth.
See, as I said in the beginning, Tamanna, that we do not comment on the comments made by any of our alliance partners, because that our coalition dharma does not allow us to speak anything against or in favor of them, purely because these are the issues which has been discussed with our leadership, and leadership does acknowledge all the statement made by them, and whatever they feel appropriate, they will take the call. But as far as Bharatiya Janata Party's spokesperson concerned, we will not speak anything about any of the alliance partner or whatever statement they have made. And you can take them as face value, or you can take our stand as a face value. Something is your prerogative.
Yeah.
But as far as we are concerned, I will only speak about our party, what is our party's point of view, and whatever party has committed is something which should be out in public domain, is something which I have explained to you.
No, if there has been an agreement either way, it should be put out in public domain. I think that one clip that the Shiv Sena is referring to is perhaps not going to be enough, because what exactly are the terms and conditions of this deal? Vaibhav, do you see this bitterness and acrimony going on for the next 5 years? You know, honestly, that's what I'm more concerned about. Like everyone's saying, this back and forth may go on for about a week or so, and then it'll be back to business. But you keep seeing the Shiv Sena using criticism and opposition-like tactics to keep the heat on the BJP. My question is, does it work towards decent governance for the state, which is what we deserve?
I want to say certain things about the Shiv Sena and certain things about the BJP. Tejas just said that the Shiv Sena is worried about its vote base shifting to the BJP, and that's why it plays hardball. But this sort of political strategy, I'm not sure will help the Sena to retain its mass base. The Sena will have to decide whether it wants to play the role of an ally or it wants to play the role of an opposition. It can't play both roles for long. Because of its constantly changing and shifting positions, it has in fact lost quite a bit of its vote base. If you look at sheer numbers, the numbers have gone down from 63 to 56. Even when they have an alliance with the BJP, they have become the junior partner in Mumbai as well, with BJP winning more seats than the Shiv Sena, though the BJP contested fewer seats than the Shiv Sena in Mumbai. In Konkan, which is the stronghold of the Shiv Sena, the BJP has made inroads in most cities now, of cities of Maharashtra. Urban centers are the Shiv Sena strongholds. It's the BJP that is the senior partner. So this inconsistent positioning is not helping. At the same time, there are things to be said about the BJP. The Chief Minister, for instance, said today that what the Samna writes often is offensive, and BJP workers are upset or leaders are upset because of that. Now, Samna has been consistently critical of the BJP over the past 5 years, and the Sena leaders have in the past 5 years gone to the extent of calling top BJP leaders Afzal Khans. Now, what could be really worse than that? And So both sides know that they cannot do without each other.
Yeah.
But this ugliness
No, but can
definitely
they
will
not do without
reflect
each
in
other?
the functioning of the government once the government is formed.
Yeah. No, I just want to go to the back to
They
this-
can't.
I just want to go
The
back to
BJP
this
cannot
strike
now
rate.
because it was hoping that it would get to the majority mark on its own.
No, but how would they web up considering that they fought only
The strike
much
rate
fewer
is fine.
seats?
Of course,
They
the
fought
BJP
much
has the
fewer
high,
seats.
has a far higher. The BJP has a the BJP has a far higher strike rate, no doubt, but they've got fewer seats. And if you've got such a great strike rate, why is the Sena threatening to run you out?
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. So this is the real question of the
So
power
there are hard
tussle.
questions to be asked, to both the parties.
Absolutely. That's the real question behind the
Yeah.
power tussle, as
It
Weber
is
pointed
nothing
out.
but a power tussle. And now it.
Yeah, I just want to get Sanjeev's perspective in on the point that you've made, Weber, because it's a very interesting point. So the Shiv Sena has fought fewer seats, they've won fewer seats, they've won in total number fewer seats than last time. They already had a sort of an identity crisis because there's a huge overlap between what the BJP and the Shiv Sena stands for. So they've had a problem over there. They've had to play junior partner. What is giving them the confidence of pushing for a rotational CM at this point? Where is it coming from? Sanjeev.
See, like I said, they want to just embarrass the BJP and they want to bargain hard. So that is the starting point, that let's have rotational chief minister. Because if you start from that point, then you will settle somewhere where Sena will get a realistic and important share in power or pound of flesh in the power structure. See, Sena has always been a maverick of sorts. So to judge Shiv Sena in classical political analysis terms would be unfair and also unreal somewhere. But what had happened, like all the panelists are pointing out, last 5 years, 2014 was the first election when vis-a-vis BJP, Sena found itself as a junior partner. Now it has been a difficult one to digest for them. What can they do? Either they can happily reconcile to their new position of playing number 2 in the state, or they can constantly embarrass the number 1, which used to be number 2 or which used to be their younger brother. So they have chosen the latter option because they think, see what happens in a classical coalition dharma, if BJP is the senior partner, Shiv Sena is the junior partner, they form a government and then it goes on forever beautifully, nicely. They will never get what they really want on the strength of their numbers. So they will always punch above their weight.
Yeah.
They will play the opposition. They will embarrass the BJP to ensure that they get what they want, which is the BMC, which is some of the crucial lucrative portfolios, which will help them do what they really want to do, and which will also embarrass the BJP. So while what the BJP should have done, and I can say that easily now because hindsight is the most powerful side, that they should have gone for broke themselves. But they perhaps, if they had contested instead of 154, 280 seats, well, the result, they might have reached a majority on their own. But they were afraid of taking that gamble.
Yeah.
They succumbed. They were unsure themselves. So now you have to, now you just can't blame the electorate. Now you have to
you
adjust
shouldn't
to
blame
this
the
new
electorate
situation,
at all.
the new number
The
game.
electorate has not
bide your time.
asked for this power grab on their behalf. That instead of getting down to work, please, sit and negotiate.
Electorate has given a fractured mandate.
Yes,
Electorate has given a fractured mandate. And one more point I like to make, that I am pretty sure the manner in which Amit Shah kept saying that Devendra Fadnavis will be the chief minister, I think there was no deal of a rotational CM. The numbers have allowed Sena to now raise that demand and throw their hat in the ring. That's the beauty of the election verdict.
Just on an aside,
in politics, no deals are worth the paper they are written on.
I was just going to come to that. Sanjeev, if there is such a big deal, wouldn't it have been down on a piece of paper somewhere that someone could show that we made this deal? This is
no piece of paper is worth No deal is worth the paper it is written on.
Well,
it is the numbers which
it's all about
decide the
the
new
numbers.
equations
Zafar,
and the new
yeah,
deal.
yeah, okay. Let me just get Tejas in before I come back to Zafar. Yes, Tejas.
What really happened in that press conference was at some point of time, Uddhav Thackeray said that the power, the sharing of power will be equal, and nobody seems to have objected to that statement. Now that is what the Shiv Sena is taking as something that which was not objected, means it was accepted by Amit Shah and Devendra Fadnavis, and therefore from top to bottom, from chief ministership to the portfolio to the seat sharing to everything was supposed to be 50-50. Now, of course, we do know that the number of seats are not shared equally. So, how does it now apply to everything else? But what I'm still hearing from the Shiv Sena is that if they're going to get a few plum portfolios, this matter is over. They're not going to go for the chief ministership because at this point of time.
What do they want for Aditya? Let's come down to the brass tacks. What do they want for Aditya? Aditya is now an elected MLA. He is, the next generation which needs to be propped up. There are already, Aditya for CM posters outside Matoshri, and posters do not a CM make, so that is fine. But what do they want for Aditya to cement sort of his position and his future at the helm of the Shiv Sena? Vaibhav, any inputs on that?
No, I feel that the political strategy of the Sena would be to allow the new Thackeray dynasty to get a good amount of legislative experience before he takes up some very big responsibilities, if at all he does take up those responsibilities. So, they would like him to first understand the rules of the house, understand legislative business a bit, and they will appoint a mentor for him within the house, because they have plenty of senior Sena legislators who can perhaps guide him in this regard. So, that would be their priority, I think.
Okay.
So, you can never rule out the possibility of him gaining a ministerial berth.
Yeah.
But deputy chief ministership immediately, I don't think so.
Okay. Zafar Islam, so the real question actually, which matters to viewers more than anything else, how are you going to assure good quality governance for the next 5 years with an ally who has a gun to your head constantly? Or are you hoping their bark is worse than their bite?
Well, just Tamanna, wait and watch.
No, we have to wait and watch. I know that,
Tamanna,
but I have to ask
I
you
would
the
request
question
you
today.
to just wait and watch.
Yes.
And everything will be
I have no choice but to
sorted
wait
out.
And watch, but I must ask you
All
this
I can
evening.
say that the government will be led by Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yes.
No, I am saying the government will be led by Bharatiya Janata Party. You have to hear me completely.
Yes.
All I said, wait and watch. The outcome is known to everyone. The government will be led by Bharatiya Janata Party, and the chief minister will be from Bharatiya Janata Party. So I do not want to speculate beyond anything
But that's
beyond
not the
that.
question I asked.
All I can say,
it may well
the people have given mandate to
Islam,
Bharatiya Janata Party.
That's not the
we will
question
form
I
the
asked.
government.
But
We
sir,
will form the
please,
government.
You will form the
We will give a
yes.
good governance.
Yes.
We will run the government for 5 years, and there will be no hiccup.
Okay. You will run the government for 5 years in
I am
all
assuring
probability.
you. So
but
we are not,
how can you say
we
there
are
will be
not
no
at all
hiccups?
worried.
You must listen to the question, Mr. Islam. I hope you listen to the question, and I hope you listen to the people now for the next 5 years and the message that they've given in these elections. But just listen to my question. My question is, how can you assure no hiccups and no problems in governance when that is not what we've seen in the first 5 years? And till what end? What is really the plan out of this? Because this equation between the BJP and the Shiv Sena is not about to change.
Tamanna,
The expansion of the BJP, as you understand, is of existential threat to the Sena.
Sometimes what you see may not be the reality.
Okay.
What sometimes you see a bottleneck that can be removed so easily, and sometimes you see a situation which one can deal
Yes.
sternly. So every situation is a situation which has to be dealt with, and I am sure that we have a very matured leadership.
Yes.
They know exactly how to deal with the situation.
Zafar
and what
Islam,
is
you
the
perfected
expectation
the
of the
art
people of the
of responding to
state who
questions
have
in
given us
mysterious
this
quotes.
mandate. And we will
Yes, Zafar Islam, you perfected the art of responding to questions in mysterious
No, I'm
codes.
saying that we will
When
give
no
a
one
good,
can tell for
good
sure what
government
you're
for
going to
5
say.
years, good governance
Okay,
for 5
let
years.
me-
We
let me
will
ask you-
ensure
let me ask
that
you
the
simple question.
people's welfare scheme is
Okay.
something which we will deliver to the people.
Okay. Let me ask you simple, more specific questions. If they do not agree and they insist on a rotational CM, do you have a plan B where you will ditch them and look at other options to form the government? Yes or no?
I don't think that is any other plan is required, whether B or C or D.
Okay.
There's one plan, and the plan is that Bharatiya Janata Party will lead the government, and that is something which you will see as a reality in a
Yes.
couple of days.
Well, let's hope that's a government which gives to the people what it deserves and what it has been voted for, and not just this really conspicuous and ugly power grab. Let's wait and see where this equation between the BJP and Shiv Sena goes. Right now, it's at stalemate. Possibly will be resolved in the next few days. Let's see how high the price is that the BJP has to pay to keep the Shiv Sena in government with them. I want to thank all of you for joining us on the first debate this evening on the India Development Debate. But when we come back, we're talking Kashmir and the whole furore over the European MPs who have been taken to Kashmir. Here, the opposition parties are asking why are European MPs being taken to Kashmir when Indian MPs are not allowed? What's all the fuss about? We'll tell you when we come back.